Hey everybody, it's Samm and 2Ms and welcome to this MYXclusive interview. Today we are reunited with Alexander 23.
Woo! Everyone clap at home.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's
Even
good
though
to see you.
It's good to see you too. How have you been?
I've been really good. How about you?
I've been really good too. I didn't hesitate. I was just thinking about it.
You were just thinking about it.
Yeah.
I appreciate a thoughtful answer.
Thank you. I really wanted to give you a good answer, even though
Thank
I
you.
just came up with, I've been good.
Hey man, what are you supposed to say? I've been bad and just start talking about it. It's like, what do you really ask?
Yeah, isn't that awkward when somebody asks how you been? Oh, I'm not good.
Yeah, I'm not good.
Just
I'm like, well, what do you want me to say to that? You know, like I'm not really asking. I'm just it's an extended hello.
Yes,
you know?
that's true. So thank you. I appreciate.
Well, it's good that you've been good though.
Yeah,
and I actually believe you when you said that.
Thank you. I believe you too, because I've been keeping up obviously with your social media, not in a weird way, obviously.
No, I didn't take it that way.
That's good, and I've been seeing you've been touring obviously around Asia specifically too, and you did mention that obviously like each time that you come here, it's not your first time. It gets better and better.
It sure does.
Yeah. So like, how's it been? What makes it different this time around?
Okay, that's a really good question. Appreciate you asking it. I think that it gets better and better for a few reasons. One is because like I know more about the city. I know what I like, what I want to go back to, what I want to try for the first time. And then also it's because I'm not just saying this because you're here, but I get to see people for like the second or third time, and it feels like catching up with old friends, which is really nice.
I feel like we're catching up too.
Yeah, no, I feel really lucky to I know people around the world and in like different cities in Asia. I never could have guessed that would be something I could say. So it's really cool for me.
I mean, that is pretty crazy though, right? Like, who would have thought, like, when you first started all of this, that you would have friends all around the world, especially people from the other side of the world, right?
No, it's crazy. Like, I landed in Tokyo and like texted like two people who I think are like really good friends now. Be like, oh, what are you up to tonight? Like that, I feel very lucky for that to be
You're so cool.
the case. Thanks.
So many friends around the world.
It's cool. I mean, at this point, I've like been to some of these places, 4 or 5 times. You start to kind of like have something to come back to, which is really cool.
And I'm happy that you're back, obviously, here in the Philippines. Have you been able to eat like your favorite food from?
Yeah, we went to Maman last night. Got some sisig, some gising. We got some. What else did we get? The garlic rice, obviously, to accompany it all. What was that watermelon soup that we were hitting?
Sinigang.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was so good.
Was that the first time you had it? The watermelon one?
That was the first time. Yeah. I got the ube smoothie type thing. That was really enjoyable. I almost wish that I got it at the end though, because like in the beginning, I'm like kind of drinking it along with my gising. I'm like, I don't know if these two are really like blending super well.
Yeah.
But it tastes so good. Everything's so good. I love Filipino food. I wish we had more of it in the States.
You literally just said my whole order.
Really? Okay. It's good to know. I mean, I had a little help. But yeah, I mean, it was something I was really looking forward to trying again.
That is so funny because I remember the last time that you were here. I remember you asked me, I think. You were like, what should I eat at this place? I was like, you should get the sisig.
Yeah, and we got it, and it was so good.
Okay.
Just as good as I remember.
And I love that you said gising too.
Yeah.
Like, that is actually not a go-to Filipino food that people know. But yeah, now you know it. I'm so proud of you.
It's one of my favorites. It's really good. Really good.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I rock with it.
Yeah.
I was mixing it in with my sisig into the rice.
Oh my God.
I was making my own little concoction. It was cool.
You're like our cousin now.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, we're gonna adopt you. But obviously, you're also here, to share the vibes with everybody. And I know you've been doing a lot of things music-wise as well. Obviously, you just came out with a collab not too long ago with Jeremy Zucker and Lauv. Literally, when I saw that, I was thinking of the Spider-Man meme.
Oh my God, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we did some photos like that too.
Exactly. And it's funny because we know that you guys have been friends for so long and actually working on a song together. I mean, that's so cool. So how did that actually come about?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we've been friends for a really long time, like years, both of them, and them with each other as well. And we kind of always talked about it, but it can be a little challenging with like 3 people's, schedules, especially when everyone tours, and it's just kind of can be a headache sometimes. But we were all playing Jazz Fest in Seoul. So we finally had this like reason and this deadline to get something done for because we really wanted to perform it there. So I think that was kind of what we needed to like really get the ball rolling. And once we were in the studio, it was easy. It was just fun.
I was gonna ask like, what's it like? Because obviously that's one thing, hanging out with your friends, but working with your friends on something is like different.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like any like relationship. Like when there's like trust there, it makes it a lot easier. Like I think we all trust each other's music sensibilities and taste, and all really enjoy each other's musics independently. So when we all came together, it was like we want this to be representative of all three of our styles,
Yeah.
which made it a lot easier to collaborate.
And I think that's exactly what it was. Like,
Oh,
I think
thank you.
all the fans were like, this was something we knew we wanted. And I can't believe it's actually happening.
Yeah, and I feel like I appreciate you saying that because part of the goal was, at least for me, subconsciously, I'm like, I want this to sound like this could have been a release for any of us individually, and still make sense for all of us collectively. And I don't know, it just happened so organically, like we never had to force it.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like, it's hard to balance like what you personally want and what everybody else wants. But I think you guys did an amazing job. And
Thank you.
we're so blessed that the three of you were able to collab on this. But also really blessed because you also came out with a new song not too long ago, Brown Eyed Baby. So can you tell us more about the track?
Yeah, for sure. I love the song so much. I like, you try and love every song that you make and put out, but obviously some are a bit of favorites. And this one, I was like, it's from the day I made it, I was like, I can't wait to put this out. And I know for a fact I'm going to put it out. And I made it in Miami, which strangely enough has been where I've made a lot of my music.
Oh,
and I
really?
don't really know why, because I don't really like collaborate with that many people down there. But for some reason, it just feels like kind of an escape from my life in LA, and it feels like a place I can kind of make music with less distractions.
Oh, I love that. But what about the song you knew? Like, when you were creating it, you knew it's like, oh, this is something that I love.
Okay, I have a really good test for this.
Okay.
It's when I like have enough of the song to know that it's a song. Like maybe I have like the chorus or the verse and the vibe, and I'm like, okay, this is a song now. And I know that I really like it when I get a little bit nervous of like, I could mess this up. Like when there
Like
feels
dating.
like, yeah, like when there's like, actually though, like when there's enough stakes to be like, there's something here and I'm the one that has to find it and I'm also the one that can mess it up. Because if you don't have that feeling, it's like, if there's nothing to mess up, then there's nothing to be great. And so once I had that feeling, I was like, okay, I gotta really like lock in and focus here.
That's actually really good advice, not just for artists, but also people in general.
It's got to feel important. I feel like
Yeah.
that's what everyone's looking for in everything is like, there has to be a sense of like, this is so great. And if something's so great, it means if you lose it, it will suck so much.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I love that. Kind of at the edge of your seat. You're just like, okay. And we're so happy that you put it out and we're enjoying it so much. Obviously, it's a release that we're so excited about and we're so excited for everything else that you have going on. Is there anything else that we can look forward to coming from you?
Ooh, really good question.
Not to pressure you.
Well, I'm working on a lot of new music, but I can't say too much about that yet. But yeah, I guess that's going to be my answer.
Okay, very mysterious.
You ever like you're saying a sentence and then you end it with an inflection that doesn't seem like it's over yet?
Yeah.
I think I do that all the time. I'm trying to do that less, but it's really hard.
Sometimes I switch thoughts between like when I'm saying stuff.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. So
Constantly.
yeah, that's just life sometimes.
I guess that's just life sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. But before I let you go, do you have a message to everybody, all your Filipino fans who are so excited that you're here and can't wait for more music coming from you?
I do have a message. I've said this before, but I want to say it again because it's really important, is that I remember during the pandemic, like, so it seemed random at the time, and now having been here, I really feel like I understand it more because I've met so many amazing people here, but like so many people from this part of the world and the Philippines in particular reaching out and connecting with my music, and it meant so much to me. So Manila is a place that I always want to come back to on every single tour, and every time I'm in the area and the region and the continent, I will make sure to stop in Manila because I love it here and I love the people here.
And we love you too. I mean, we've come a long way since meet and greets online to meet and greets in real life and shows in real life since the pandemic. So we're so excited for everything else.
Thank you so much.
And we're always rooting for you. And thanks so much.
Thank you so much
for hanging out with me.
Great to see you.
Yeah.